Hello and welcome to the Blue Tower here in Manchester. This is a Blue Tower production. I am James, your host.
And I'm Warren, his co-host. His very hot co-host, I must say. It is hot.
Yeah. Welcome to the James and Warren Lockdown Movie Talk. And like Warren said, it's very, very hot.
Yeah, we had to... I watched this in a darkened room with the windows shut. Apparently it keeps the warm out, but it was just... No, it was boiling.
Yeah, I think it's hot wherever. In fact, it's the day after Freedom Day, so we're not in lockdown anymore, apparently. But there's always someone somewhere out there who is in a lockdown. So we're talking about it's called Grandmother's House or Grandma's House.
We're all going to Grandma's house. What was that from? We're all going to Susan's house, innit?
That's the 19.
Yeah.
We're
all going to that's all I could think of all the way through it.
That's literally nothing to do with this.
Well, it's done nothing to do, but it's all to do with Susan's house, Grandma's house. Anyway, we'll do all that in the podcast. Welcome to the podcast. Yay!
Yes, so today we're going to talk about Grandmother's House, a 1989 horror thriller. From the writer Peter Radar. Well, he directed this, but he was the writer of Waterworld. You know that?
What? Really?
Yeah, he wrote Waterworld, which was 1995. We'll also be doing your quiz. Don't quote me.
Don't quote me on this.
And the welcome return of my little quiz. Whose synopsis is it anyway? That was rested due to Euro 2020, but we don't talk about that anymore.
It's back with a bang.
It's back.
Are you doing it first? Are you doing it? Have you read it?
Yeah.
All right, because I've not read it yet. I see you're doing it.
Yeah.
Who's winning?
I don't know. I'll have to have a look. But so Grandmother's House or Grandma's House. It was filmed in it was brought out in 1989. Like I said, it was directed by Peter Rader, who wrote the flop Waterworld.
Was it a flop?
Yeah, at the time it was a flop. Even though Universal have made a whole show of it.
I think it was because it was very expensive because of the sets, and there was a massive flood that storm that completely he got rid of all the sets.
Yeah, I think it was the peak of Costner's career. Saying it was not the peak of his career. I mean, Robin Hood was. But he was. He couldn't do anything wrong apart from Waterworld. I mean, it wasn't too bad, but anyway, we digress. Do you want to do the synopsis?
Oh yeah, yes, I will when I can find it. Here we go. So orphaned brother and sister move into their grandparents, who turn out to be killers. Yeah.
Yes. Is that it?
Rated R. It was just a quick one. Yeah, it was a quick one.
What's the tagline?
Hasn't got one. I can't find it. No, not even. I can find the poster of it. Oh yeah, here we go. So hang on a minute. I can't even read it. I can't read it. It's so small. She'll spoil you. Oh, okay. She'll spoil you to death. And it's got on it. It's like a little old lady knitting with knives. She's knitting with knives on the poster. And the poster depicts a completely different woman to the person who was in it for some reason. Yeah. I
mean, I saw a trailer for it.
I didn't see it. Did you? Okay.
Yeah, I was hooked in by the trailer, and the end production, the end film, I was very pleasantly surprised. It's a very creepy film. Wasn't it? A very creepy film. It was great, but it wasn't scary. It was more. It's very plot twisty. It was like very twisted, very, very, very. Oh, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, it was like, oh, that person's that person, and this is that, and
and the motivation for certain people, and then you get I was like that. So it's a film that does keep you in suspense, I suppose. It does that. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
So like it says. in the synopsis. So David and Lynn. So David's about 12, and I would say Lynn's about 16, 17. So their mother and father. So the mother died first.
Mother died first. This is what they say.
This is what they're saying. And the father then took them away, and then the father did he die in a car crash? I think it's suggested he was killed in a car crash.
I don't know. I don't know. But the way the film ended, surely he would have. I think he might have killed himself. I think he might have killed himself, considering what happened. And this would be. I ain't gonna go. I can't really spoil. I ain't gonna spoil it until right at the end, more towards the end or middle. But I thought he might have just topped himself. Might have.
Possibly.
It wasn't really fully explained. But
he grew up in the grandparents' house, but then something happened with the mother, and then they moved out, and then the father's died. So now, Lynn and David are now. They go back to the grandmother's and grandfather's house. Now it's very. Now I might be reading too much into it. The title of the film, Grandmother's House. I'm going to swing back to that, so remind me.
Right.
To go back to it.
Okay.
I might be thinking too much into it, but I've got a theory as to what. Well, that must be the reason why they didn't say Granddad and Grandmother's house.
Yes.
Have you seen The Trip? I think it's called The Trip. The Visit, not The Visit.
Yes.
The Visit. Have you seen that?
Yes, I've seen that.
It reminded me a lot of that.
Right, okay.
Hell of a lot of that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So they go to this, David and Lynn, they go back to their parents, their grandparents' house, who live on a...
Orange farm.
Orange farm, yeah.
Orangey
farm. Citrus. I go for citrus. Right, but I found the movie location of that. I found it on Apple Maps.
Is it like outside of Los Angeles?
No, it's literally in a residential area of California. It is literally on the road, and there's like lovely houses to the left and to the right, and swimming pools all around it. And in the middle of it is this old house. It's nearly exactly the same. As it was in the film. It's got the citrus plants going to one side of the house.
It's got very distinctive trees.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. The big trees that stick out.
Yeah,
the big part.
Very
they're still there, but it's more built up now. Right. And it's a proper road. It's a proper road now. But the palm trees are still there. But within. Well, it's movie magic, isn't it? I mean, within the movie, this is on.
It looks out of the way.
It looks like, but in actual real life, you can literally go on this main road, and it's literally a citrus farm with a house. And I saw it as like, that's it. I'll have to post it on Instagram or something like that.
What I didn't understand though is that why the grandparents weren't at the funeral. It's just like they turned up at the address, didn't they? Oh, even before they got to the grandparents' address, the bus journey there. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And the woman who stood in the middle of the road with a guitar.
Yeah. And
like the bus driver had like nearly 30 minutes to at least stop. He seemed to have sped up. And he was like going, "Get out of the way!"
I thought that was an incredible stunt. I thought that was a really good. I mean, like I thought it was a dummy, but it was an actual. It was an actual. But maybe because of the camera angle.
Yeah, I think the camera angles, but the way it was shot, it looked like you're about to hit this girl with this guitar.
Yeah.
And the bus driver swerves out the way, hits boxes and carries on driving. Yeah. I was like, man, you had like loads of time to stop.
Yeah, because he was saying, "Get out the way." Yeah. And he headed towards her. But
this is the first time we see this mysterious woman.
Yeah, and so the stunt was great. That's that's good practical effects. So that's the first time we see this mysterious woman.
Yes. So they get to the house and they go into the bedrooms and Granddad's play fighting with David. Now. The granddad's called Spike, isn't he? I got the name Spike, but the grandmother's never named.
It just says I know grandfather.
Yeah.
That's on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
That's on the Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, because the guy because he's called Spike. So, but we'll just call him Granddad. But yeah, the grandmother's never
Yeah,
named.
It's grandfather. No, the grandmother was. It says Idle Lee. Idle Lee. Sorry, no. That's the person. That's the actress.
Yeah.
Mother, the grandmother. Len Leslie is the grandfather. Okay, yeah.
We did recognise is a character actor from the 80s, isn't he?
Yeah.
So they go to bed, and then David wakes up, and he sees Grandad and Grandmother with his body dragging his body down into the basement. So he follows them down into the basement, and he's hiding there, and he can see Grandad sharpening up his knife, and he pushes a jar over and it smashes to the floor, and then he hides under this bed cover, and then Grandad discovers him.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? And then he's about to stab him, and then he wakes up. It was all a dream.
Was the grandfather stabbing the girl? I can't remember.
No, it was sharpening his knife.
Oh, right, okay.
It was all a dream or a premonition, perhaps.
Oh, yeah, I thought, God, it's a dream, innit? Yeah, and he wakes up. Oh, man, it's a dream. It's
going to be one of these, is it? So they all go to this. I think this is the creepiest scene in the whole movie. This. So they all go to this swim event, don't they? A well-attended swimming event, by the way.
Why would they?
Very popular.
I mean, that young kid got over that dream pretty fast when he was downstairs munching on cereal, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was just a nightmare, wasn't it? So they go to this swim event where David is...
He's entered into a competition, isn't he?
But, yeah. Now, I think the best line, or the creepiest line, goes... So David is speaking to his mates, and his mates are like, oh, is that your sister over there, the fat one? And David goes, no, that's my sister over there, and points out to Lynn, who's in a bikini.
Mm.
And his friend goes, did you get the line?
I missed it. No,
he goes. So his 12-year-old goes, if I had a sister like that, I'd bathe her. I had to rewind it just to make sure he said that. So David then sees this mysterious woman below the bleachers.
Yeah, the bleachers.
And he dives in and starts faffing around. Meanwhile, Lynn is in a different pool when sex pest Kenny...
this is creepy, this.
Yeah, well, this is it. This whole scene was just like... Kenny comes up to Lynn and goes, "Oh, you've grown up, haven't you?" And he looks about 22. Don't he?
He looks.
He doesn't look age appropriate.
No.
And he just starts talking to her, and then he ducks under the water, starts swimming around her
like a shark.
And he just shows her underneath the water, and then he
looking at
kiss.
He was looking at a body. It was. But the thing is that I thought it took me out a little bit. Like, he didn't have any goggles on, so he would have had a blurred vision, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
It's like, true. You've got a hot body.
Yeah.
How could you see that? You went in without any glasses on.
So that was just a bit creepy. And then he just lunges at her.
He goes. Yeah, he
kisses her.
He goes in for. It's only better. Well, I think he might have known. He knows her.
Yeah, knew her from years ago. But obviously, haven't seen her for years because he goes, "Oh, you look hot.
You look hot," and he goes, "Yeah," and goes in for the kiss. I was like, "Ooh, wow." This must be the. He was. I think he was depicted as the James Dean kind of
sex
character.
Pest. Well, yeah,
because he had the white T-shirt with the pack of smokes underneath his. Thing.
We'll come to that one. I'm just like, why is he dressed like that? So they're at the pool that ends, and then they get ice cream or something like that, don't they? Or hot dogs or whatever it were. And then they see an ambulance fucking drive past very fast, and then the granddad goes.
They immediately think, "Oh, it's our place.
That's going to our place." I'm thinking, well, that's a pretty big leap. I mean, it could be going anywhere. So they go up.
I mean, every time an ambulance runs past me, I always think that's my place.
Potentially, it's going to back. So they head back to their ranch, and the police are there, and
well, they're not even anywhere near the ranch. It's like somewhere near it, innit? Somewhere near the ranch.
They're on the land, aren't they?
Yeah. Are they?
Yeah. They're on the land. And they drag this this guy. So we dragged this guy out from the lake, and he said, "Oh, this guy was driving a green truck," which early in the movie we'd seen a woman get into.
It's a classic, like the classic killer van, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a classic killer van, the green one,
yeah.
and there's a one down the road in Manchester. It's a Ford Bedford van, and it's like from 1989, and it's green. And every time I go past it on the tram, it's always there. And I always think that's a killer van. That.
Yeah, a rapey van.
Yeah, it's like it's literally from 1988. It's a Ford van.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, Bedford van.
Yeah.
So now it's established that this woman, who we've seen a few times now, has killed this guy, dumped him in a lake, and now got his vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So they all go back to the house, and what happens then? Is that when the other family turn up?
So the other this other family just turn up.
Yeah,
I don't know why
for a meal, and then so David and the other boy then decide to have an adventure.
Yeah,
don't they? And the other guy going, follow me, and he starts going through all these sewers and saying, "Oh, there's a dead body over there." Blah blah blah.
That's where your granddad
killed.
Not saying much. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
So they end up finding a hut, don't they?
Yeah.
Where the granddad, who apparently stores military-grade fireworks.
That's what I thought. I mean, as soon as I saw it, those aren't fireworks. Those are
military-grade
or
missiles.
in fact, rockets.
Yeah. So this is our Chekhov missile.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
So we're introduced to these. Then so the other lad then breaks open the missile and gets this
green goo.
They make a raft and they set fire to it, and they say, well, if you use explosions, you can release bodies from the lake. It's a big explosion. I mean,
it is massive.
I mean, fair play to them.
If there's any fish in there, they'd be dead.
Yeah. So them two then run off. David then gets back to the farm, and he sees his granddad and grandmother.
Yeah.
What appears to be beating this
woman to death,
and he's like,
she gets on the floor, and the chap does actually beat this woman, and it's like pretty horrific. It was like, bloody hell, is he killing her or something?
So David sees all this, sees them take her down into the basement, and he follows down, and he sees them put her in the fridge. So he sneaks back into the basement, and he manages to open this fridge and sees the girl in there, and he's like, shit.
She must. I thought, like, that's it. She's dead.
Yeah. Well, this is what you're supposed to think. So the granddad, he catches David, and he drags him out, and they're all outside, aren't they, eating, and David's just like. Just doesn't say anything, and his granddad's just watching him, and he starts doing this monologue about kids going into places where they shouldn't be, and so David's just like, oh no, and the police rock up then, don't they?
Yeah,
the granddad
about the firework thing.
Yeah, so granddad goes over and he calls over David and the other lad, and David's just like he's staring at the copper and he's going. Boy, do you want to tell me something? And he goes, yeah, go on. Granddad goes, go on, tell. If you've got something to say to it. And he just like that. Nope. I'm not saying anything, mate. So they all go back, and the other family go off, don't they?
They go. That's it. That's their thing.
Yeah. So,
but like hang on a minute. Yeah. So the granddad tries to kill. It seems to be wants to kill him, doesn't he, David?
Well. So we send
this is what we think. Cause
So we send him to bed.
Yeah, and then
to his room, and then so the other family go off,
but not before the granddad. Well, that guy, his mate, comes up the stairs and says, "Oh, I've come for my jacket," and he has a gun, doesn't he? He goes,
"Yeah, it's a rifle,"
and it's like, "You've come for your jacket?"
Yeah, so
it's not up here.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, Granddad's he's the bad guy here. Because that's the thing.
It's slowly trickling in there. So it starts to put seeds in your mind. Oh my God, the granddad is
The grandfather.
the grandfather and grandmother are psycho killers here.
Mm.
So the family go off, and then all of a sudden this big red. I don't know what.
Not before David goes on the roof. He's clambering all over the roof, isn't he?
Yes. So yeah.
And then the car comes up, as if he didn't notice a little child on the roof.
So he goes upstairs, and so very tense. Like he's trying to find David. So he gets on the roof, and some great stunt work by because David's like 12 years old, but when he does like the wider shots, you just see this like 20 odd year old stunt man. It's quite funny.
But it was a good stunt. I mean, I couldn't see any wires at all.
No. So you just see David like clinging on, and he's at one point he's above granddad and grandmother who were down below. Have got these handcuffs and chains and whatnot. So he's just on this roof, and then all of a sudden Kenny turns up in this old
sweet Oldsmobile, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really nice Americano.
What was a license plate? What was the license plate? He had said Mr. King or something.
Oh, I don't know.
It looked. I thought that's no. I can't remember what it was. It was a license plate. I thought, cool guy.
Yeah. So he dresses like.
It's
James Dean.
Yeah.
Or Marlon Brando. More like Marlon Brando with his tight t-shirt and, like you said, a cigarette up his t-shirt. So he's trying to be. I don't know what he's trying to be. I mean, it's 1989, not the 1950s. So
he's got a cool car though.
Yeah. Grandad then says, "Let Lynn go with this fucking creep, Kenny, because I want them out the way." So Kenny and Lynn then.
So you're thinking, right? So he is evil. So he's gonna kill him, but yeah, which I thought was pretty good, but then. No, it's a double twist. Yeah, then a treble twist.
So they go off, and that leaves David and Grandad, and they park up in the orange fields, and again Kenny's leching all over her.
Yeah, he was just giving her a driving lesson.
Yeah, and then she managed, and then she reversed onto a brick, and that somehow. They can't get the wheel off this brick. They've got to get a jack. And Kenny's like, "Don't ask your granddad to give me a jack. He'll kill me." I was like, "Why would he kill you?"
No.
It's a jack. So she goes running off to get this jack, and David finds her in the shed. And
it's clambered off the roof by
now.
now.
It's clamber off the roof, and there's this big truck. In the
it was a massive truck.
Yeah, and David goes, look, there's someone in there. It's a woman, and she's all locked up. And she seems to be unconscious. So they managed to wake her up.
Yeah, how she got from the fridge to there? I don't know. And
I think perhaps they might have tried to move her.
Oh, right.
I don't know. So she wakes up and goes, "Oh, your grandparents are held me prisoner." But you can't tell anyone. I forgot. Whilst David was up on the roof, he cut the telephone wires.
I don't know,
because they were gonna phone the hospital up, weren't they? Which was why are they phoning the hospital up? So that kind of was like ringing bells, quite literally, or not, because the telephone wire was cut. So they speak to this woman and go, and she goes, listen, I can't tell you the whole truth, but. I've got this number in my bag. If you get my bag, the keys are over there to unlock me. So they're all doing all this thing, and then all of a sudden she's free and tries to kill David. And at this point, I just don't know what I was like. What?
Who's bad and who's good?
Yeah. So they all run out of this shed.
And Grandad's
there going, "What have you done? What have you done?" And he goes, "She's free," and they go. Go and get help now, quick! So the kids go running off, and they go down this long road, and then they're met by the deputy,
Yeah.
Deputy Sheriff, who tried to phone them up.
Because
but the phone was dead, and he goes, "Get in now, get in." So they drive back, and he then tells the kids, "Listen, your grandmother and granddad didn't want me to tell you this, but this woman is in fact your mother."
What?
And they go, "That's not possible." He says, "Yes, she was sent to Jamestown Mental Hospital," and they're like, "No, that's not true. She died." No, kids.
No,
That's your mother, and she was put in there because she's nuts.
she's not. But why is she nuts?
Yeah. So eventually, the deputy goes starts searching around, can't find anyone, and then he gets attacked by
her mother, by her,
and stab, dead.
There's a lot. There's a lot of stabbing in this film, but no blood.
Yeah. So this woman stabs the deputy, and then there's this long chase, and they get into the car. The car stops. They get out. The woman gets in the car, manages to start the car. They can't find Kenny. Kenny's gone because eventually they get back to the red car.
He disappears.
But Kenny's disappeared. And she managed to pop up everywhere, don't she? They're running away.
Yeah.
At one point, they're trying to get on the train. They go, "Listen."
Oh, that was daft.
I was like, why are they running for a train? And then
this was a massive big train, and it was going at speed, and it wasn't even a passenger one. It was literally, it was like the train went past, and then it was like full of corn or whatever it was, and they were trying to wave at it, and they're going, "Stop, stop! You got to." It's like, you're not stopping this locomotive by waving your hands.
No. Well, they see the woman on the other side, don't they?
Yeah, she's happened to be on the other side now.
Yeah, so then they run away again, and they're running all over the place, and eventually they go back into the house, don't they? David then gets the gun, starts loading it, and then he drops the bullets, and then he sees feet, and then he looks up and he realises grandmother's dead.
Yep.
Stabbed.
Well, I saw her breathing. There's a close up of her chest, and she was actually breathing.
Right. Perhaps she's just wounded. As you couldn't say anything. So he then goes downstairs, and then they hear something in the basement, and they go, "Oh, it's her. We've got her trapped." And then David goes, "Well, I've got a good idea," and then runs out. Boom.
At this point, I think David's gone quite insane because he got smacked by that pipe thing. I felt that when he ran into that pipe, it was a smack and a half, and he cut his face.
So he cut his face, and then
that was a big one.
And whilst he was loading the gun, he's then painted blood on his face,
like Rambo.
And then Lynn goes, "What's happening to you, David? What's happening to you?" I think that all ties in to what's about to be. Well, is he going down the same path as his mother?
Oh yeah, well I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, he's had a hard day. He's like his father's died. This has happened. He's found out this psycho woman is his mother. You know, things are going on here. You know, I'm not surprised he's painted himself with blood.
So David runs out, and of course he comes back with the Chekhov missile. So he runs downstairs. Lights. Well, no, in fact, he just lights it and throws it downstairs.
Just lobs it down the stairs. There you go.
And at this point, I was thinking, where the hell's Grandad? What has he been killed here?
I didn't know where he'd gone.
So, so they're waiting for the firework to go. Well, the missile to go off, and then all of a sudden they see a shadow at the door, and David shoots, and they open it up. And
as if he just shoots.
And who is it but Sex Pest Kenny?
It's Kenny.
And he's like, get off me, you shot me. I was like, well, you've been a sex pest, Kenny, so...
why was you... Well, obviously he wouldn't know what was going on.
No,
but,
so he just like, oh my God, I've been shot, you shot me. Then all of a sudden the firework, the missile explodes. And then it starts to go all over the place like a comedy missile. And you can just see Grandad's in there, innit?
Yeah, I was, although I was wondering where he was. He disappeared for 20 minutes. Where's he gone?
So it's Grandad who's down there.
Yeah.
Then eventually, the police attend, don't they? The police attend.
Well, because the young kid comes out with a gun, and then the sheriff goes, "Drop the gun now," and they're like, all these ambulances turn up just out in the middle of nowhere.
So they all go to hospital, and throughout the film, David's got that periscope, hasn't he? Can see in the dark.
Oh yeah, the military style. Yeah. Oh, because his father was in the army.
So that was it. Gave him this thing that can see in the dark.
Yeah. It plays absolutely nothing to the movie apart from one scene. When they see that woman, I thought that was a really good jump scare when he was looking out the window in the dark, and then all of a sudden it pans to the right. There's the woman. He goes, "Oh,
yeah."
That's the only thing it was used for.
But he sees his granddad leave the hospital.
This is the thing I didn't get. Why this was a bit weird or strange to him. Why was it weird?
So he decides to follow his granddad, because he wants to know what he's up to. You got to bear in mind, he's not told anyone yet about this woman and try to kill her or whatever.
Yeah.
So he follows. He goes back home, and then he managed to find his granddad in the storm drain, picking up his body.
All right.
Which we assume is gonna be the daughter. His mother. So he follows him back to the house.
Right.
Into the basement. And this is where it gets creepy. So he's watching his grandfather manhandling his mother, and he's putting his hands between her legs.
Oh yeah, this is.
He's
what's going on here?
Yeah, and I'm like thinking,
oh damn!
What's going on here? And he's saying, I always wanted a son. I always wanted a son. And then David comes out and he goes, and the grandfather's there, and he goes, "You're my father." And he goes, "Yes, I've always wanted a son." And that sends David loopy, and he gets an axe and goes smack 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 off camera. Smack.
There's absolutely no blood whatsoever. It's like must have been like empty.
Oh, he didn't use the other end of the axe because he used the blunt end. He didn't.
Why would he do that? Would he?
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't use a sharp end. He just used the other end of the other end of the axe. I don't know why.
Okay.
But yeah, so his grandfather was his father all this time.
Father. Incest.
Yes. So the whole plot was incest based horror.
That was it.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why it was called Grandmother's House.
Yes,
not grandfather. Well, it could have gone grandfather with like an apostrophe or something like that.
Yeah.
Little dash there or something. Grandfather.
Well, that's why that's why I thought it was a good title. Grandmother's House.
I just thought so many twists and turns. I mean, like the grandfather or the grandmother. They were meant to be. You thought they were good, and then you thought, oh no, they're bad, and then again, they were good again, and then bad again.
Yeah, they thought that the mother was just insane for no reason, and they were protecting the kids from her, but in fact, because of what he did to her, sent her crazy, and the grandmother was complicit. So, I don't see why the mother would want to kill her own son, but she was
because she was probably just ashamed of him.
Just insane.
But like, what about the daughter? Was she older than the son?
No, she
was older than him.
Yeah, but there's no suggestion that because David found a photo of the mother pregnant with him, I think.
I don't know.
So there's no suggestion that the daughter was. Oh, perhaps so. I don't know.
I said he always wanted a daughter, but then he would. She was married, so were they in the house? Or I don't quite understand the timeline. Was she? Would they? Was he? Was she married? Was she married before when she had the kids, or I don't know the timeline.
All we know is that David is definitely the son
Yeah.
of an incestual relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I said, it's full of twisted turns, and it's free on Amazon. It's not behind a paywall. A lot of the films that we've reviewed now seem to be behind a paywall.
They're looking.
Yeah, Amazon. If you want to sponsor us, just drop us an email.
Jeff Bezos, he went up with his rocket today.
Yeah, and his penis shaped.
Yeah.
But
the biggest windows apparently to go into space.
The what?
He had the biggest windows that have gone into space.
Yeah, but Richard Branson's already been up there. He even tweeted, "Congratulations, Jeff."
Did he? Absolute savage.
Yeah.
Second, in the space race.
Yeah. So a billionaire using his money for getting into space the second time.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, Jeff.
Well done, Jeff.
You deserve a silver medal.
Right.
So
pretty much nothing happened after that.
Film. Cut. End scene. Gone.
Yeah, it was
Done.
gone. There was no, as I can see it, there was no sequels to it at all. It was just one and done. I mean, some of the young lad, he only did another 2, maybe 3 movies, I think.
Yeah, the actors, the David and Lynn, they weren't annoying.
No, they weren't. No, they were.
They were good.
Yeah, they were. They were just all right. Yeah. What I'm going to ask was there was no professional ratings for this particular one on Rotten Tomatoes. So, how many do you think the audience scored it? How much?
What percentage or what?
Percentage-wise, what do you think?
40%.
No, it was just above average. It was 53%. Yeah, 53%. And what was the date of it first ever streaming?
2016. Yeah.
No, it was March 18th, 2021.
All right, so it's just come out then.
Fairly
Fairly
recent.
Definitely get on it. I'd recommend it highly. Yes.
Just one of the many reviews here. Grandma's House has some thrilling moments, but it has too many plot holes and illogical situations that are hard to overlook. Enjoyable mess. I mean, yeah, that is. I mean, to me, it was the timeline of when this kid was born.
I think if you get bogged down in that, you'd
and where did people disappear to? Because like in most of it, and the grandma and granddad disappeared. It's like, where was he? And where was that the sex pervert? Where did he go? He disappeared. He disappeared at night, didn't he? He was like, oh, here I am. What's going on, guys? And like, why did the father? How did the father die? Why wasn't the mother and father there at the funeral? So it's like, yeah, all these questions. It was an enjoyable mess. It was an enjoyable mess. I think I would recommend it.
It's free. It's free,
and it's for free as well. So yeah. Now, what we're gonna do? What are we gonna do? Mine first, because I've set it up on the track as mine first. So here we go with my little quiz. Yeah, so don't quote me on this. So I basically pick a movie, maybe in the top 10 of this particular. And what year is it? It was 1989, wasn't it?
Yep.
We had some amazing hitters in 1989. I was alive. Well, 1989 we was alive. It was a stonking one. We had Just a few here. It's some of the top 10s here. We've got Back to the Future 2. It was at number 9. Ghostbusters 2 was at number 7. Look Who's Talking. It was number 6. 5 was Rain Man. Honey, I Shrank the Kids. In at 4. Lethal Weapon 2 was at number 3. And Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade was at number 2.
Some awesome films.
Yeah, it's just a cracking good one. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation was at 15. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure was also there.
Outstanding.
Yeah, The Burbs, License to Kill. It was literally a chock-a-block.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, Fly 2 was out, and Nightmare on Elm Street. It's a cracking one. But I'm going to go for the number 1 1989 top grossing film, and I'm going to try and do some quotes from it, and James is going to try and guess which film this is from. So I'm going to go for some obscure ones first. I'm going to try and go stuff. Right. Okay. So here we go. So maybe not as well known, but they are in there. Okay. The pen is truly mightier than the sword. The pen is truly mightier than the sword.
Oh, it's not Superman 2, is it?
No.
I just had visions of Gene Hackman saying that. Is that Gene Hackman?
No.
Is that right?
No. Yeah, probably. If you could see inside, I'm really crying.
No.
These quotes are from one particular character, and he's not the main character either.
Right. No.
Okay, one word, boo.
Casper the Friendly Ghost?
No.
Don't know. No, don't know.
I reckon you will probably get it on this one. As my plastic surgery always says, if you gotta go with a smile.
Oh, Batman. Batman.
Yes, no, it was Batman. Yeah, it was Batman.
Joker.
Yeah, as my plastic surgeon always says to me, if you gotta go with a smile. Some more quotes from this. Where does he get all these wonderful toys?
Yep.
You're insane. Never rub a man's. This is a really never rub another man's rhubarb. And one of the here we go. So tell me something, my friend. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Yeah, that's a famous one, isn't it?
That was And this is one. This is from was from Bruce. This one. You want to go nuts? Come on, let's go nuts.
That's when he's in that.
That's another one. Yeah. So that was Just some facts here. So Batman came out June 23rd, 1989. It grossed $251 million gross of that year, and he made Jack Nicholson a lot of cash. He made an absolute ton of money on that one. But yeah, that came out, and it was number 1, and that was my quiz. Don't quote me on this. Yeah, so that was don't quote me on this. He'll be back next week. Hopefully it will be. So now we've got your quiz. We've not done this for absolute yonks. So here we go. Let's do your quiz.
The game show that is sweeping the nation.
Sweeping the nation.
Whose synopsis is it anyway?
Yes, so whose synopsis is it anyway? The game show that is sweeping the nation, that was rested for the Euro 2020. So we look at the VHS cover art of a movie from the VHS video cover art book by Thomas Hodge. And what he's done, he's put in a book.
Is it available from Amazon?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, or Waterstones. So I read out the title, and Warren has then got to give me the synopsis from the title. If he gets it from the title alone, he gets 3 points. If he doesn't get it from the title, I will read the tagline. If you don't get it from the tagline, if he gets it from the tagline, he will get 2 points. If you don't get it from the tagline, I will then describe the artwork to him. If he gets it from that, he will get 1 point. Are we clear of the rules?
Yes, I am.
Good. Strap yourself in and cast your mind back to the 1980s when you would go into your local video store. That distinctive smell. It's a Saturday night. You and Mum. You're walking down the aisles. You noticed a cover. And on the cover it says, The Marcel Connection.
Bloody hell. Marcel Connection.
The Marcel Connection.
God. Right, I'm going to say it's a guy who is... I would say it, but it's like a drug thing where they are trying to kill all the druggies, the drug lords who run the small town of wherever in America, and they try to kill them all in various ways possible. That's what I got.
I'll tell you what, I think you've nailed it there.
Have I?
Yeah.
Right.
Is there any thinking about that? Can you show us your maths?
What's it called though?
The Marcel Connection.
Connection? No, just Marcel Connection.
Yeah.
No,
just a good guess.
Just a good guess. Why is it called the Marcel Connection? Is it a guy called Marcel?
No.
Oh.
I will read. There is no tagline, by the way.
Oh right. Okay.
Just starring Frank Nero and James Whitmore. Nothing else. But I'll read you the synopsis.
Okay.
Right. With the help of the American, the Marseille police have smashed the mafia drug ring operating from their city, with the French connection having been severed.
Right. Okay.
Severed.
So it's in a village called Marcel.
No. So with the French connection being severed, the mafia hierarchy have found a new centre for their international drug operation, Genoa, a city already suffering gang wars where the mafia leaves their special mark on ensuing killing, castration in quotation marks.
Okay.
Police Commissioner Belly hates the mafia drug runners and wages a personal vendetta against them. His unorthodox ways get him into desperate situations with the mafia and their superiors. A vendetta he must win with a price he must pay. His colleagues, his friends, his daughter, and himself.
All wrapped up in
So I think it's a basic rip-off from the French Connection.
Well, yeah, it's like there is.
It even names it
in
in
connections.
here.
Yeah.
The French Connection having been so it's basically
Yeah.
playing off that. It's a rather nice drawn effort with the man with a gun grimacing with a city behind him, city landscape. You got speedboats, exploding cars. You got old gangster shooting, and a car crash. It was also known as High Crime, distributed by Mars Video. Release date was 1986, and the artist is not known. Yeah, so if anyone out there has seen said film, let us know what it was like, please. So you get three points.
Hallelujah! So who is winning at the moment?
Well, I've got 14, and with the 3 points you have earned, you have got 19. So yeah,
Holy heck.
14 to 19
Holy heck.
points.
Holy heck.
There. Yeah. So we're nearing the end. Have you got any recommendations?
Yeah. So I've been watching a thing on Netflix called Fear Street, which is basically set in, if you like your horror movies, so it's like set in 1994, so they use all the tropes from the 1994 movies. It's for kids, basically, but
It's quite horrific.
But it is very horrific. Don't get me wrong. They don't,
especially the breast slicing scene. Bloody hell!
They don't. They don't shy away from the gore.
It's a trilogy, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's 1994, 1967, no, 1980s.
So no, it's nice. It's like 60s, 70s. I think 60s because
it's not the sick. No, it's kind of set in the in the camp, innit?
Yeah, it's the camp one. Yeah,
it's a camp one.
So you got the camp. The second one is the camp one,
which is basically is it Halloween? Is that George? Not George Formby.
George Formby.
It's no. What's he called? Oh, Jason Voorhees. Voorhees. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of inspired by
I've not watched that one yet.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it all ties in with the witch.
Right. Well, I can't spoil it. So yeah. So
yeah.
it's all to do with the witch from 1884.
Yeah, it goes. So the third one goes right back to its
to the origins of this witch, which is taken over the town of what's it called, Suckville or
I can't remember. I've not watched it.
Slideville. Or something really horrible. So this town is just like the dumping ground of everything that goes wrong, and it's a Sunnysiders.
Yeah,
Sunnysiders get all the luck and all the cash and all the money, but these slumber lad. Oh, I don't know what they call, but they get heaped and junked, and but it is literally
good film. Good.
It's a good film, good trilogy.
I've not. Have you watched all of them?
I've watched all of them. Even one of the kids from.
Is it based on a book?
Yeah, it is. It's a guy who makes
book series.
Yeah, it's a book series, but it's a guy who made Goosebumps as well. He wrote Goosebumps, and he also wrote this for more. It's kids, adults. So he wrote that, and he wrote this, and then they've basically made this into a series. It was filmed. It's a block film.
Yeah.
And if you like your horror movies and you like,
world building horror.
And,
it's good.
And the second one does have. I mean, it's like Stranger Things, and one of the kids, the ginger-haired girl, she's in Stranger Things. Now, you've not seen Stranger Things, have you?
No.
So you've never seen Stranger Things.
No.
You do a 1980s movie podcast about everything from the 1980s. No, you've never. So if you can imagine like putting all that knowledge and all that thing squashed into a series all about that, then yeah, you'd enjoy it. But the woman,
I will watch it at some point.
The ginger-haired lady, she's in Stranger Things, and as soon as I saw, that's her. She's a good actress. But yeah, I watched that. I mean, great. It was great. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So I'd recommend that, and also recommend. Is it Loki? Loki on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Six-part episode into it. Loki. I know some of the Marvel fanboys hate it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why. I loved it.
Yeah. Well, as a casual fan like I am, who not into the myth of Loki, I just watch it, and it was good. It was good fun. It was a good laugh.
Yeah, so I recommend that, because like that now there's nothing. It's a bit. We've been having a bit of a ride, haven't we? We've had the Euros on. Wimbledon was on.
The Olympics are coming on,
and the Olympics.
Which no one's going to be watching.
No,
there's no fans.
No,
but I've got a recommendation.
Oh, what?
Well, we do like an Italian horror movie here. We have done a few 80s Italian horror movies, which we do like.
Yeah.
A new Italian horror movie, classic horror story. Have you seen it on Netflix?
Oh yeah, I wanted to watch this. It's horror stories, isn't it?
Classic? No, it's just a classic horror story. It's not horror story. It's a classic horror story.
Oh right, so it's just one big.
It's just
film.
one story which has a major twist.
Oh right, okay.
I can't say what it is.
Oh, don't. No,
it's a twist.
No, don't say it.
But it is dubbed but
Right.
for some reason, so it's Italian dubbed into English.
Yeah.
But the guy who plays, who's supposed to be English, it's got subtitles, and I was like trying to switch off the subtitles, but for some reason the English guy who's speaking English
Right. Okay.
got subtitles for him.
Right.
I've got no idea why. I don't know if it's on purpose. I would love to know. But,
Might be.
But the classic horror story,
Might be.
it's good.
Is it set in like? When's it set?
It's set present time.
Oh right. Okay. So it's just one narrative story, not
Yeah.
like several little bits.
Nope.
Because I thought it was on Netflix. They've done like a horror story, and it's like an anthology type of thing. But
No, it's just one long movie.
all right, okay.
It's good. It's good. I enjoyed it. It wasn't what I was expecting, and then it just like went, just like switched it around.
Okay, right, nice one.
I was like, oh, that's interesting.
So yeah, we'll come to end of the podcast. So where can we find thee on the social?
Get me at woodcop771 and on Instagram at James Robert Johnson and on email at woodcop@bluetowermanchester.com. You can send us questions, recommendations. We are also looking out for sponsors.
Yeah,
Please sponsor us.
I've also like put a shout out. We are willing to do the World Cup from Qatar. We'll do a podcast.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, we'll do a podcast in Qatar.
I've said put up front 10 grand and we'll do it. What do you think? 10 grand.
Yeah. So
I mean, like
Coca-Cola want to, invest in the next big thing. Then the James and Warren
movie
lockdown World Cup.
World Cup. We could definitely do that. I mean, like Meghan Markle and Harry, they got £38 million from Spotify for doing
and for what?
one frigging podcast. One podcast, and we've done 38 of these things. So if
Yes.
Spotify or Jez Labos is listening to this,
The first podcast
in space,
yeah. Richard Branson, we are your guys.
yeah, just I'll give us 10 grand and we'll sort the rest. Don't worry about it.
Why 10 grand? No, 20, $1 million.
A million? No, we don't want to.
To go to space, got to
Oh
start high.
no! I want to
Start high, negotiate down.
I want to go to Qatar.
Yeah.
I want to go to Qatar on that on the cruise ships. Have you seen the cruise ships? There's a crew. They've hired two cruise ships where you can go on it and you can drink booze.
Oh, right. You can drink. Oh, yeah, because
and the
Qatar's
booze
is a dry state, and if it's anything like Dubai, it's like you gotta spend like £30.
Yeah, no, but they are reducing the price of beer.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
What, like £15?
Well, it's actually I looked into all this. It's a tenner for a pint or a can, but now they're reducing that to £5, and you can go on these cruises, which is technically speaking
Booze cruise.
on off land or Holy Land, I think.
Pirates.
So you can go on a cruise ship, these spanking brand new cruise ships, and get absolutely levered while watching the Qatar World Cups. So that would be an absolute fantastic experience, getting
Yes.
absolutely smashed.
Because we are influencers.
Yeah.
Because we're probably going to end up running out of the 80s films in a bit. Or the free ones, anyway.
We can never run out of 80s stuff.
No.
They just pumped it all out. Right, okay. You can contact me. Well, you can find me on my other podcasts. I've got the Chef One Pandemic. The Chef One Pandemic podcast. You can get it on Apple Podcast, Spotify, anywhere you want. And then I do another one, What's New Movie review, where I review sort of the newer movies. I did one this week. It's coming out this week, called Guns Akimbo, with guy from Harry Potter. What's he called? Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah, him. Where he got these guns stapled to his hands. He just has to go around with guns stapled to his hands. That was a quick one. I think I did some movie news, and I think I did the top 10. Or I might have forgotten to do the top 10 of the week. So you can find me on that. James is still kind of figuring out what podcast he wants to do. Still, so he might be doing one sooner or later. I don't know when are you thinking of doing it?
I don't know. I mean, I do a lot of ground hopping. I mean, once the restrictions have gone, I'll do some more ground hopping. Or football shirts. I like my football shirts.
Yeah, so he might be doing that. So anyway, also that's it from me. Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye and stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.